here, back for more Final Fantasy XIV. Off camera, I went and managed to get our equipment sorted just a little bit. So we now have eye level 585, which should give us enough to both face Asphodelos, the third circle, and also go up against Storm's Crown. So we're going to queue for both. Personally, I'm hoping for Asphodelos, but if we get Storm's Crown, we will continue with the main scenario after it. But yeah, while I'm here, I'm just thinking about things. Because my gear isn't like the best that I can get right now. There is a lot of better gear, but I can't access a lot of the better gear. So I'm just gonna see about certain things. First, I'm gonna travel up to the moon a moment to see if any new content has been unlocked there by making progress in the main scenario and other quests we've done. Probably should have teleported straight to the burrow, but no, I'm not seeing any new content on the moon. We've already visited Razad Han. Gonna head over to Ultima Thule as well. I know I'm wasting a little bit of money doing this teleportation if it gets me nothing, but it's fine. Okay, there is one quest there, but it requires us to be a significantly higher level. But seeing as we're here anyways... Oh, which one did we get? Storm's Crown. Okay, that's the one I was suspecting we'd get, to be honest. I'm kind of hoping, though, that it doesn't pop until I've... Nope. Pop before we could get to the area I want to get to. Oh, well. We'll be progressing with the main story while we wait to see if actually, no. Because of the way the main scenario is designed, unless we get teleported, unless we leave the world of darkness, I'm gonna stick around. And yes, we got new earrings. Alright. We'll be facing off against Bavarisha, Empress of the Winds. This should be interesting.
Give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast upon your essence.
Ooh, and we've got 2 Reapers in this.
Such rich, exquisite ether. My hair shimmers with anticipation.
She's going on and on about her hair. I can't remember if that was an aspect of her original incarnation, or if it's something they, like, wrote into her character for this game.
Oh, no.
Oh. Okay, I noticed those... Damn it! I noticed those arrows, but didn't step far enough back to avoid getting hit by,
Try this.
Oh god. Okay. I don't know what the fuck that was. Yeah, I have... This is all new territory for me. Okay. That was a unique, Seriously. Okay, I need to prepare. better and learn. I'm learning some of the animations that'll be used to signify her abilities.
My locks are as the wind.
What does that even mean? Oh God.
Strong and free.
God, I actually really love this song. I forgot how good of a song it is. So hearing it remixed and updated is great. Okay. Okay, I get it.
Try this.
Now she's going to charge over to her weapon. Which means I should be over here. Okay. I am getting a better idea on how she works.
A fair wind blows.
She is an interesting character, to say the least.
You feel it too, do you not?
Okay, we were able to dodge that time.
You've done well to last this long.
Oh,
But the battle has only just...
don't give me that condescending tone. Whoa, what the fuck happened to her hair? Oh, she's wrapped it around her body. Oh, goody. She's transforming using her hair.
I'll slaughter you all.
Well, I'm glad I activated Arcane Crest there.
I'll make it.
She just has no chill whatsoever. Well, this is certainly turning out to be a very fun fight. Damn it!
Don't underestimate me.
We're
Feel
doing
my
alright.
fury. Know your place.
Oh crud, this shit again? Shit. This is actually really hard. Well, I say that because it's going longer than I expected.
I'll break your every bone.
Oh, that was good. I love it when I get to be the one to activate it.
No, I will not be denied.
Too bad. You're getting denied. Well, that was fun. I wonder what we'll get next.
There's still time. With more of the dragon's ether, I can yet.
Nope.
You're finished. Damn it all!
Oof. That's 2 of the 4 lords defeated. Or archfiends, rather. Will we get an echo? No, no echo this time. Can't force it, so. And here come the others.
I see you've bested Barbaricia. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
Yay.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ashdaya.
Sorry. Nothing. Wish I could say that I did, but...
So the
Nope.
Archfiend and her crystal yielded not.
Yep, unfortunately.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
She's doing this
fulfilled my
transaction.
part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
What's the matter? Whoa! Okay, that is a problem.
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
Oh dear.
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Yep.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste. Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
Yep. I really need to put my phone in do not disturb whenever I'm streaming, but something important might pop up. Ba, ba, ba. Alright, Ishtola. Though Zero remains unconscious, he appears otherwise fine. Insofar as I can discern at any rate. Being part Voidsent or physiology may be rather different than ours. Let's observe her for a while as we discuss our next move. Can he give her ether while she's unconscious? Like, just take a little bit and pass it to her? How long do you suppose she'll remain this way? Who knows? I haven't the faintest inkling, nor can I say whether the ether we can afford to share will be enough to awaken her. It will be best to take her back with us to the source. There she will be guaranteed all she requires. Zero cannot give her consent, but it seems we have no choice. The alternative will be to leave her here defenseless. Should she later desire it, we can bring her home. Sparks, might I ask you to hold on to Barbarisha's Memoria? It may yet serve a purpose. Oh, so I'm holding on to all of the Fiend's Memorias. Oh, what happened to her? You have business with Zero? We have a newcomer, a former minion of Barbarisha. Let her know when she awakes, will you? Barbarisha's minion? Why not go and find this newcomer so we have something to tell Zero, if nothing else? Indeed. May I trouble you to join me, Sparks? With luck, we might learn something of Golbez. Yeah, we might. Come to think of it, food is ether. So if they took her back to the source, couldn't they just feed her regular food? Gasp. You're the ones who felled Barbarisha. I won't make trouble. I'll obey, so please let me stay. If you would obey, then tell me all you know of Golbez. There isn't much I can tell. Only the archfiends are allowed into his domain, wherever it is. None but they know. I see. No better way to guard oneself than keeping one's location secret. How does Golbez communicate with his minions afield? He has these scepters, staves, whatever they are. He uses them to talk to those far away. Not unlike link pearls, at least in function. Oh wait, sorry. Back to Korshan. Unlike go pearls, at least in function. That will be all. My thanks for your cooperation. My thanks to you as well for affording me the time. I am satisfied. Let's rejoin the others and head home. We should temporarily head back to the source. I trust you understand that once we leave the 13th, we will not return until we are prepared to resume our search. Knowing this, are you ready to depart? Yep. I've done everything I wish to do here, so I don't care about freely returning. If anything, I'd rather not be in the 13th for a bit. Back to Troya then, and thence home. Oh, so Estinian, I believe, has been assumed to be the one carrying her, apparently. I thought it would be him and Vershan teaming up, or me and Estinian. Okay.
Ah, your
There's something I'm gonna need to check about.
A moment while I close the gate.
Mm-hmm. Will it work? Oh, okay, that's interesting. The Voidsent compacts. Okay.
There. We may rest easy for now. Was there any trouble? I expect some Voidsent slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
That's good.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important?
Right.
You know, the polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Aw. I love how they just continue to treat Varshan the same as they've always treated him.
It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
And we are glad to receive you, Varshan. Welcome home.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
Yep. Sorry, I was just... While I was waiting for things to load, I was checking my emails and saw one that I'll need to respond to soon. Master Narp, we have been expecting you. If you would follow me, I will show you to the guest chambers. Yes, I would like to see these guest chambers. I'll need to respond to that email soon, actually. I should do
Our
that right
mission
now.
took many an unexpected
One
time.
moment.
I am relieved that we have all returned safely.
Project. Formed. Sorry. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. I need to respond to this email quickly. Right, sorry about that. That was a very important email I needed to respond to, so... Right. Our mission took many an unexpected turn. Relieved that we have all returned safely. Yep.
But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Mm-hmm.
Zero.
Mm. Oh, they took off her hat.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry.
I'm sure she'll be
Is there aught
fine.
we can do to expedite her recovery? If her ether is exhausted, perhaps I can share some of mine now.
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force.
Hmm.
In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether.
Okay.
Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
Okay, that's
Then
good.
we need but wait.
I believe so. She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat. Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food.
True.
I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine harnish cuisine more.
Food can certainly be arranged.
I'm sure she'll appreciate just the fact that we brought her here, of all places.
She looks like any other person. Unsurprising, perhaps, given that she is only part Voidsent.
Yep.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence.
Yep.
A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is Voidsent, rendering it dominant. Thus, we were able to reverse it with the power of light.
Yep. This has already been established.
I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Fandaniel.
Mm-hmm.
Were Zero wholly Voidsent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her.
Hmm. Yeah.
One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
Handel has a hand in everything. Everyone does, actually.
It is no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. A boon from Hydaelyn herself.
Hmm. Yep.
Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Well, that's another quest done. Yay. Okay, a world with light and life. If I may excuse myself, I wish to pay a visit to the High Crucible. While the scale function amberly, it would be prudent to have them inspected for signs of degradation. By all means, I shall do the same for this vessel. Then I'll go and meet with the soldiers, share with them what I learned fighting Voidsent in the 13th. Well, you, my friend, have you any immediate plans? I might go and tend to my island. Truly? I didn't know you had such interest. I might have entrusted the development of our nearby isles to attract visitors. Anyway, should you be in no hurry, might I trouble you with a small task first? I wish to have food ready for Zero when she awakens, you see. Would you be willing to go to Myriad's Mahane and ask for suitable refreshments? I should actually check on my island. Yeah. Alright, let's reach the time of respected business and reconvene anon. I'm gonna see if there's a way to teleport to island. So XIV fast travel to island sanctuary. Okay. Ba ba ba. Okay, so the only way is to go to Morby Dry Dock first. Okay. And god damn it, I'm gonna have to go into another be right back because I really need the toilet. So see you all in another little Alright, sorry, when I got back I had a response to that email and need to deal with it. This is probably in relation to downtime stuff for the... It's related to downtime stuff for the event I attend usually. I haven't been able to attend it because of the strikes and other problems, but... yeah. Let's see. Myriad's Mayhem. Ba-da-ba. Welcome to Myriad's Mayhem. Please make yourself comfortable. What? A guest of the satrap has collapsed from hunger? Of course, I'd be happy to help. You need only tell me what you desire. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to see what's the best choice. Okay. Do. Ba 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 ba. Do. Okay. Okay. Wow. There's only one correct choice. If you pick anything else, he just picks that choice anyways. So, something refreshing, like fruit, perhaps. Ah, yes, that would be perfect for someone coming out of a long slumber. Please take these apples with you. They've just come in and I can guarantee their freshness. Afterwards, once your guest feels better, she's welcome to sample whatever else we can provide. Just let me know. Cool. So we're providing apples for 0. I'm sure they'll be fine. Ah, welcome back. Lest you worry, Mistress Nidana has been taking good care of our guest. Will you be joining them now? Yes, I will. Nidana's been looking after her. Okay. Sorry, that email is on my mind right now because it's story related and my character's been a bit out of things, so something he's gonna have to deal with when he returns.
Light.
Yes, light. Something you've never experienced before, have you?
This an inn? What happened? How did I get here?
We brought you here. Huh. Wonder who did her piercings, or if she did them herself.
There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful!
Oh god! That image! I had the same reaction as them. The fuck?
Some sort of fiend?
No.
Fiend? Where is it? Where?
I love the Donna.
But this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door, so to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed.
Huh, that
I'll
is
fetch them at
concerning.
once. Wait, just a moment.
Boo-doo-boo-boo. Yay. And now you have apples.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments.
Oh, and Vershawn's back in
I
that
hope you
body.
find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
Really, Vershawn? Let's switch bodies casually.
This isn't what you promised. But I suppose ether is ether.
Oh, wow.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow.
Yeah, go on. Do it.
That's the way. So, did it taste good?
That's the first thing she's ever eaten. I don't think she has a
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we Voidsent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing. But diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die.
Wow.
And I have died, countless times.
Oh!
You have? But what happens when you do?
The 13th. She has
Not much. After a while, you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would
Yeah,
be
Estinian's
more
face is
interested in
my
this
reaction
phenomenon.
as well. Yeah, This is so weird.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort.
Better question. Vershawn, why? Why would you go back to that
One
body?
other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent. And for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back.
Oh. Okay.
Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister.
And she's definitely alive and not corrupted, so...
I want nothing more than to rush to her aid. To find this Golbez and free her from his clutches. If he still holds her captive.
That's fair.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, it is that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
No shit.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake.
Okay. One moment again. Email. And be right back. Right. Again, I apologize for this. It's really important that I deal with this now because it's Tuesday, which means tomorrow is a downtime deadline, and these messages need to be sorted before then. Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake.
You managed to return in one piece this time. But don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
True.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and
I
ready
need to check something though.
I ask that you tell me more about your home.
Okay. I need to know. There we go. Okay. I need to find out.
In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radz at Han.
Ba, ba.
Again, a stranger in this strange land.
Okay. I really don't know what other quests I might be missing.
I have a condition. You must come too.
You have my thanks.
This world is brimming with ether. I feel invigorated just standing here in the breeze. Glad I might hear that. So is there any place in particular you wish to see? Sorry if I'm starting to get agitated. The emails I've received have made me really feel like another player in this thing is taking actions that will negatively impact my character and his ability to participate in events when he returns. And this is being done while I'm away. And that's bugging me. Yeah. So, glad I may hear that. So, is there any place in particular you wish to see? Perhaps where that food came from. Apples, was it? Well, I don't expect I'll collapse again. It would be good to know where I can procure more if necessary. Myriad's Mayhain it is then. I shall introduce you to the head waitress, Neely. Marshall and Zero are now accompanying me. Yay! Well, in that case... Although I could walk through the city, and that would probably be interesting. Looks like the only dialogue is right by the Mayhain, so... We'll just fast travel there and interact with that dialogue thing as soon as we go inside. Varshan. Discuss the Mayhain. We could attempt to introduce Zero to Mirror herself, but Melee is more likely to be available. This is the place. The air is different here, and I speak not of the heat. There is a texture to it, of fullness, unlike that of elsewhere. You smell the cooking, I believe. Hash cuisine is quite fragrant and delicious. I hope you will agree. There it appears to be available. Welcome to Myriad's Mayhain. Greetings, Bailey. And may I introduce you to Zero? She is an esteemed guest and asked that you see to her meals during her stay. Ah, yes, Mirror has told me all. Please come to us whenever you're hungry. We'll look after you. It was here that Sparks obtained the apple. While the palace cooks can prepare whatever you desire, it is certainly a quick and convenient food. I'll remember it. Who are the ones there moving their bodies about? For some ritual related to eating? The dancers? They move their bodies to bring pleasure to those who are watching. It's a form of entertainment, part of our culture. How needlessly complicated. We Voidsent prefer simpler pleasures. That may be the way it is now, but your world too must have had such complicated diversions once. I don't remember. Well, let's move on. I propose we visit Balsin's Bazaar, where goods the world over may be found. What are all these things for? What do you do here? This is a marketplace, where people buy and sell goods. Since its earliest days, Razadhan has served as a trading hub, and here you'll find not only local products, but wares from distant lands. I should mention that the vendors generally only accept payment in coin or tomestones. If there is all you desire, I shall take care of it. So that's what tomestones are for. Voidsent returned with them on occasion, but I never knew their purpose. They struck me as useless trinkets, and I couldn't understand your obsession with them. On that subject, there appear to be no shops in the 13th. Do you never make bargains in which possessions are exchanged? We do, but rarely. We strike bargains when we want something done. If we desire an object, we kill whoever has it. I see. Your bargains may be likened to employment, I believe. I shall bear this in mind. With that, let us continue on. I propose we head to the High Crucible of Alchemia. Might as well just continue walking. Doesn't appear to be any more conversation places anywhere nearby. If I get to a quest that requires another boost in my stats, I'll go and do that. Right now it looks like we may just have to... The highest level stuff available to us would be the Pantheon stuff. So if I can do a lot more of the Alliance raid, that particular Alliance raid, that'll help me greatly. But I'll need to do it a few times to get enough. Why, Master Vitra, how may we serve you this evening? If you're here for your vessel, I'm afraid we're still tending to it. Ah, okay, switch vessels because they wanted to do repairs. No, there is no rush. Pray, take as much time as you require, and know that I have complete faith in your work. The High Crucible is home to the finest alchemists. They are the ones who created my bodies, and can provide you with healing as well. Now that I think on it, you weren't at all surprised when I changed forms. Were you aware of my nature from the start? That I was a soul occupying a vessel not my own? It's hardly uncommon in our world. When given the chance, many shed their bodies to claim stronger ones. Oh, you must be the rumored guest. We've been most eager to meet you. If you have a moment, would you care to stay for some tea? The sisters know we'd love to hear your tales. No, I've had enough food for now, and can always obtain more without the need for inane chatter. Now, no need to decline outright. I dare say you are tired. So let's save it for another time. Return to Megaduta. If all catches your eyes en route, do not hesitate to say so. Meow. Let's go. Alright, the next destination does appear to be closer to an aetheryte with no talking in between. So we'll take that etherite. Boop-a-doo. Boop-boop-a-doo. Must be weird for her to see rain, actually. Some sort of fruit? Pitiful things. Though I imagine you'd need to eat a lot to derive any satisfaction. These are mulberry trees. While the fruits are indeed edible, more important are the leaves, which we feed to silkworms. Without the creatures, we wouldn't have the silk to make our famous Thavnarian weave. Furthermore, the bark of the tree also possesses medicinal properties. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more useful plant. Isn't the olive tree? Will be another one that's got a lot of purposes as well. Is that so? Aside from food, I wouldn't have considered any other purpose for it. It's Master Vitra, and Sparks, too. Children! If it isn't young Merad, and that must be your sister, Yashra. Is all well at the orphanage? Yes, Your Excellency. The other children are very nice, and we all look out for one another. Oh, just the other day, Estidian came to see us. Everyone was really excited. Truly, Estidian paid you a visit. That is well. Is she a new friend? Friend. You know what that is? You mean you don't? She is a visitor from a faraway land, you see, and is still unfamiliar with our language. Then we'll teach you. A friend is someone you like to play with. Play with. Zio seemed to be enjoying himself when he fought you. Is that the same thing? Absolutely not. Yep. Then I am no closer to understanding it. Why he traversed the great expanse? Why he risked life and limb for you? Xenos is insane. Trust me, he's not the best way. I waste energy dwelling on such things. I am not Xenos. I stand to gain nothing by knowing his heart. Sorry I couldn't explain it well. There's no need to apologize. The fault is not yours, but mine for failing to make sense of your words. Well, we had better get back to our errand. Goodbye. It was nice meeting you. Through Xenos, I thought I understood the ways of your world. But the more I learn of it, the more I realize how little I actually know. It's all so strange, your behavior and your reasons. I find myself baffled at every turn. The feeling is not unwelcome. I'm learning, bit by bit. It's the right decision to join you. You consider your education part of your payment. I believe Xenos' time here has been rewarding. It was in no small part due to your company. My thanks for agreeing to join us. Come, let us return to Megaduta. Ba 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 ba. Welcome back, Master Nard. Will you be heading to the guest chambers?
So, what are your impressions of Radzatan?
There's a lot of mortals.
Mm-hmm.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think. If you wish to know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's only so much about my home I can share with you in return, after all.
Okay. Again, one moment. I need to deal with. again, sorry that this keeps happening. It's a very important and, quite frankly, getting heated conversation. But hopefully now, with that last message, we shouldn't. It should be stopped for now, and I can continue. So let's get back to this.
While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity.
Hey there, welcome into the stream.
But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
Okay, that is a good thing to hear about, finally.
We are all ears. Please.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace.
We know this bit.
But then the servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men.
Huh. I think they're referring to the
Channeling
Asians
the
here.
power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
Huh. Interesting to
The
hear that term.
Asians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
Wait a minute, that term. I've heard that term somewhere else. I'm sure. Hold on, I'm on the Final Fantasy wiki and I'm just seeing where I've heard this term before. Yeah, it's a term that's been used to refer to summoners in summons in previous games. Yep, Final Fantasy IV, they were referred to as Eidolons. But that wasn't until the DS version. Okay. They're referred to as Espers in 6. So, yeah, no, it's 4 is where I get the term from. I think 4 is also the one where a lot of characters in this appear. Interesting. I think it's 4 anyways.
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife, the weak are the first to suffer.
Yep.
When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power. The power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as Memoria.
Okay.
My mother was one such Memoriat. But in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness. As was I.
Yep.
And so
Makes
you were
sense.
born part Voidsent, before the world was overcome.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace. Only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed.
Oh, that is concerning.
They spread the taint, transforming men into monsters, what you call Voidsent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
I see.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought.
Hey, Nano.
But it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
Fair.
The flood of darkness.
Yep. I
The
love her
stars
hat.
faded from the heavens
I
as
want
a pool
it.
black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through. And find my world changed beyond recognition. Into the lightless waste you saw.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a Voidsent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
Ba, ba. Sorry, slightly irritated because I was receiving emails there about stuff related to, I swear to God if that's a
A
continuation.
lost world, you say?
I'm not gonna respond to it. No. Oh, fucking hell. No, I'm not responding to that. I've said I would rather discuss it in person. Gonna leave it at that.
I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
What are you getting at?
We found a way to save the first,
To explain
so...
requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. We warned that this will take a while.
Oh God, they have to explain all of the backstory to her. My God. That is hours and hours of content. Days, weeks, months. For the characters, I think it's... Yeah, it's been days, weeks, if not months, or... Well, I wouldn't say years, because the characters haven't aged at all. In our world, it's been years. But in universe, I think everything takes place within a year.
Unlike the
Otherwise, they
worlds
should have had the
we
characters'
tried.
models slightly change as they got
Mine
older. Yep.
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th. But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction.
Well, this world's been brought past that
After
brink,
which,
so...
some intrepid young souls succeeded in restoring life back to lands thought lost to light.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which gives me cause to hope the day may yet come when life springs forth anew in the 13th.
You may be able to figure out a way to do it, but it'd be hard.
Of course, these are only possibilities. I offer no guarantees.
Yep.
But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean to... But the sole reason you came to the Void was
To find a dragon, aye.
Mm-hmm.
And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more.
But
We scions, former scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone. Old habits die
Yep.
hard, don't they, my friend?
No shit.
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdaya. There is no reason not to try.
Agreed.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Voidsent.
Yep.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price.
Yep.
And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more.
That's fair.
I will consider this a deposit.
Ta! I like her. She's fun. Despite her coming from a world that's been reduced to ruin, she has a good sense of humor. Slight edge to it. But she's lighter hearted than you'd expect from somebody who's faced what she has. Though our time in the void was short, we managed to ascertain that my sister yet lives. It cannot be overstated how fortunate we are to have met Zero. But the greater blessing is nevertheless you, my friend, for your encouragement to embark upon my search anew, and your help in overcoming the challenges thus far. I feel like we should be concerned by that. Golbeza and Mings will seek to stem your efforts. Of this we can be sure. With you all at my side, I have confidence that we will succeed, that we will find and liberate my sister, and that we shall return home together. Alright, keep going until we unlock the next dungeon. Meanwhile, elsewhere... Golbez is meeting with his two minions. The two remaining archfiends. The water one should probably be next, I think, because I remember... If I remember the order we fought them in 4.
First Scarmiglione, and now Barbariccia. Useless, the both of them.
It was no lie. They conspire with a Memoriat.
Yep.
And their search for the dragon will lead them here.
Yep.
The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
What war?
If I may, my lord, I have
I don't know. Looks like fire will be next.
In order to guarantee its success, however, I will require Cagnazzo's cooperation.
That's the water one.
There's sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for screaming.
Okay.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Death.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
Mm-hmm.
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow.
Okay.
Some excitement for a change.
Okay.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps. The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall.
Huh.
What irony that the blessed damned should set us free.
Wait, that looks like an Ascian. An Ascian in a white cloak, but still an Ascian.
As I swore so long ago.
Huh. I like him though.
The gate lies open. At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled.
Does he intend to invade the source and corrupt it into a world of darkness too? I very much want to know what his plan is. Because it's sounding more and more like he wants to conquer everything. Ah, Sparks, as always, your timing is most fortuitous. We should share with you news concerning Zero. You will recall that in exchange for ether, she agreed to aid us in our search for my sister. At Ixola's suggestion, I began providing said ether in the form of food. Zero's found the arrangement to be agreeable and has been eating steadily. In large part due to that, she claims to have already made a full recovery. If you and the others are ready as well, I would set forth for the Void once more. Excellent. I shall formally install the Anistidian and then go to collect my other vessel from the alchemist. Meantime, I ask you to fetch Zero. She was absent when I visited her chambers earlier. But I suspect you will find her in the corridor connecting. Yeah. Well. to find a core connecting. She seems she has grown partial to the view of the city it affords. Once we have attended to our respective tasks, let's gather here. Oh, hello. A quest has popped up. I am going to go grab this quest because I am intrigued. Boop, 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 boop. True, true. Alright, shadowed past. Something has this radiant scout unnerved. I'm Mr. Sparks. You couldn't have appeared at a better time. See, while out patrolling the city, I chanced to sight a Voidsent. I merely chased it down with the intent of eliminating it, but something about it struck me as odd. For one, it made no move to defend itself, but simply sat there jiggling, which is why I guess I bear judgment. I decided to capture it instead. Oh, and it escaped, of course. Sorry if I keep pausing. There's a lot going on my end right now, and I will be probably ending the stream within the next half hour to hour. So, because I need sleep for work tomorrow. Truly grateful of the creatures being held in the Hall of the Radiant Host. Okay. Before I go and do that, though... Okay. So, sorry, just talking to my partner about how I can basically fix the issue with that is me being me needing a lot better equipment if I want to get through all of this. It does annoy me that the story doesn't appear to be giving me the equipment I need. I'm gonna have to rerun a lot of stuff off camera. Where am I again? It's... Ah, that one. Sorry. Okay, so apparently what I need is these ones, the Elegant Tomestones of Comedy. But it's the causality. Yeah, it does bug me though that you can only get 450 of these per week. Like, it seems so bloody pointless. Hold on a moment. Level 90 gear. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Ba 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 ba. Like, yeah, the cap still seems pointless. It really does. Like, you don't... The fact that I can only get 450 means I have to spend extra time. Progresses with time. Ba ba ba. Get like it sorry, I'm just annoyed because the cap really feels like it artificially extends the game and keeps people playing longer instead of just letting people have fun with it and enjoy the game as it is.
Carefree.
Like, if you don't write good content, then yeah, people are gonna lose interest. So, yeah. Ba ba da. Ba da da da. Yeah. Like, I want this content. I want this gear. Right. Everyone is so carefree. Yeah. I want to get this gear. But the fact that I have a time that I can only get so much per week means I can't get it.
How easily their lives could be torn
and I'm stuck waiting. And that wait means I can't play the game as much as I would like, because ultimately I'll get as much as I can get for the week and then be stuck waiting for the next week before I can get it again. So what's the point? Do that. Yeah. Anyways. Sorry. I should just keep clicking. But I can't really pay attention when I'm responding to messages.
We have no hopes or dreams. Not even the release of death. Only hunger.
What's going on with that child? Why is she focusing on them?
Others are a means to an end. At times, a literal one.
Ba ba ba. Ba.
We forge covenants with men and come here to feed. Or to die.
Ba da ba. Hold on. Let me just check. This is a very important conversation. Ba, ba, ba.
thought it would be no different when I was summoned by Xenos. Lives were tools to him, to be used and discarded at whim. In that respect, he was a Voidsent at heart.
Yep.
But towards you, and you alone, he behaved differently. And I cannot fathom why.
Because I was weird to him.
What
It
was
was
it that
definitely
drove
the
him?
weirdest one-sided
What
friendship
made him choose
ever.
such an end?
Boo boo.
But enough about that man. He is dead and we are all better for it. Why are you here? Was there something you needed?
Yep, we're planning to go back into the void.
So you're heading back now. Then as per our bargain, I will go as well.
Do 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 do. Next. Sorry again. I really should stop responding to messages when I'm in the middle of a stream. But I guess the reason I don't is because I was raised to see the idea of ignoring messages as rude. I'm just gonna say what I said here. Never been a fan of games forcing you to grind. Prefer where it's optional and just makes things a bit harder when you don't. But I guess this is the price we pay. Such a good MMO story. Like, I can't deny, the story is good. It's amazing, and I enjoy every moment of it. I just don't like grinding. I've never been a fan of it. Ba-ba-ba-da. Let's see what I need right now, actually, for MSQ, for the next quest. So we're good for this one. We don't need anything for that. But, or for that. Wait, there. I need... Meh. Do, 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 do. Ba-dee-boo-boo, ba-dee-boo-boo. Okay, that is useful information. Or the next. here it is. Oh, look at it! Surprisingly docile, even when I captured it. There have been no reports of attacks prior to that. Even so, it's the nature of Voidsent to prey on people for their ether. Perhaps it buys its time waiting to carry out some manner of scheme. You. I remember you. Yes, you were at Troya. Please, you must help me. You were at the castle? Okay, yeah, I was, but I've since fled here. I understand the mortal tongue well enough, but I don't have a mouth to produce the sounds. It's been a struggle to convey my thoughts. But not anymore. You can help me. Yes, you can. You can converse with the Voidsent? Amazing. Could you ask him why I came here? Yeah, why did you come here, little eyeball slime? When you and yours stormed the castle, I was caught up in the fighting and died. In time I returned, but I tired of fighting, so I fled, using the gate to your world. Having just been reborn, however, my essence hadn't fully bound together yet. So I emerged from the gate. I was at several sundered cells. Frightened and confused, they scattered. Following their trail led me here, my diminutive size allowing me to remain largely unseen. But by the same token, I could do a little more than sneak about. Each of us was weak and powerless. That's why we consumed one another in the first place. Together we are strong. I want you to help me find all of me, so that I can be whole again. What do you intend to do in this world? Well, I live here, of course. I've always wanted to. We still remember the past, you see. Still remembered when we were mortals. We long to have that life again. But we need your help, starting by reuniting us. We won't try to devour anyone even when we're whole, I swear. We still learn more about the Void, yes? There is much we can teach you about those who rule its domain, about their past. Find the others, and they'll tell you all they know. No eating, no tricks. Do we have a bargain? Yeah, this sounds reasonable. Doesn't even want ether. Just wants to be made whole. I can respect that. So it crossed over to our world to escape conflict and now searches for the rest of itself. I understand Voidsent are quite reliable when it comes to filling a pact. I consider having one as an ally would benefit our research into their world. Very well. If you'd be so kind as to search for its kin, I will consult my superiors on how best to deal with them. By that I take it we have a bargain? Good, good. I sense 4 others close by. When you find them, you need only point them in this direction. Once I sense my presence, I can guide them the rest of the way. Okay, so we're looking for little blobs. Delightful. Well, there's one. What's that? I asked you to search for me in exchange for knowledge about powerful Voidsent? I'm still wanting to see this and that, but I suppose a deal is a deal. Those men over there, soldiers are they not? We used to have soldiers in our world too. There were lots of them during the Contra Memoria. Back from Weaver's warding, are you? I hear you fought well against the Voidsent that slipped through. Come now. I merely did my duty. Haven't we all sworn to protect our nation, no matter the cost? I do love that their armor is mauled after dragons. Protect our nation. How familiar those words. Where was it that I heard them? Commanding officer, maybe? Ah, yes. It was the early days of the Contra Memoria. The enemy had conjured a terrible island that laid siege to a fortress. The garrison was made up of ordinary soldiers, men and women with no remarkable abilities. But led by their valiant commander, they fought bravely and desperately. They had to last until the Memorias arrived. The commander told them, "You need to hold out no matter the cost." The Memoria did eventually arrive, but not soon enough for the soldiers. Aw, poor thing. Wait, are we getting a cutscene of this? Oh, wow. Having struck down the Eagle, and the Memorian and his servant searched the castle for survivors. They found only the dead. Oof. But just when they had given up all hope, a faint groaning reached their ears. They rushed over to the sound and cleared away debris. Find a lone survivor, the garrison commander. Appears to be a Mykote. To have joy, however, the sight of the man filled them with anger. Your soldiers are slaughtered to a man, yet there's barely a scratch on you. What's the meaning of this? The alien was savage but mindless. It was a simple thing to hide myself beneath fallen debris. Hide. As commander, you had a duty to your men. You were supposed to put their lives before your own. Spare me. My duty was to ensure the fortress stood, and it did. Besides, my death would have achieved nothing. Honor be damned. No, I'm sorry to protect our nation. And to do that, I must live. It isn't my fate to fall here. It isn't your fate, you say? Whoa. Killed him yourself. Wow. Is he merely unconscious? Come, let us bury the soldiers and their commander with them. Fate shall decide what becomes of him, whether he lives or dies. Very well, my lord. Wow. Oof. He broke out. Funeral rites were later held for the fallen, but solemn tears quickly gave way to horrified screams as the body emerged from the earth. The commander. I can't die. I must live, the man is said to have declared. People thought him a demon, a disheveled horror, muttering curses as he wandered off to regions unknown. Skami. Wow! Okay. Befitting his newly found grisly visage, a name befitting a monster. Wow. Okay. That is fascinating. So his whole thing about coming back from the dead quickly is because when he was mortal, and it sickens me that he was a Mykote of all things, he refused to die. Huh. I guess the other three pieces must each share a story about the history of the other two. We thought we buried him deep, but a mortal's desire to live is not to be underestimated. You're mortal, so I expect you understand that desire. Well, that concludes my tale. I had best rejoin myself, if you'll excuse me. He was the other man there. Not the Memoriate, not with the way that they referred to him. But another person entirely. Okay, it looks like one is at the Mehane, one is near Kama, and the other is near the airship landing. I'll go for the airship landing, then comma. Because I imagine the airship landing one, with its location, will likely be the one that's about, you'll likely be the one about the air one. Ah, what a refreshing breeze. And return to the others. They should come here. Would you look at this beautiful, boundless sky? Mortals take to the air from here, do they not? With thy wings to soar among the clouds myself. Yeah? But we Voidsent are not wont to roam, you see. The mightiest among us carve out domains, while the rest labor to stay in their good graces. Now the master of domains seldom birches outside, for it is in one's territory that one is strongest. Okay, so we shouldn't have fought Barbaricia and hers. For some, however, such confinement proved trying, as the case was certain Voidsent I knew. Barbaricia. I knew it. I knew the airship landing would give me one about her. I speak of the free-spirited terror, Barbaricia. When she first established her domain, she whiled away the days waiting for her minions to bring her prey. Ether amassed from these offerings was devoted to the singular pleasure of caring for her silky, flowing locks, but the resources of her domain were not without their limit. It was only when none remained to oppose her that she realized she was a prisoner in her own domain. Unless she broke free, she would inevitably wither away alone. Not knowing what to do, she had fallen into the depths of despair. Her salvation came to pull her out. At this rate, my precious hair will frazzle and fray, and I only the strength to leave my domain. If strength is your desire, that is easily granted. Who are you? So we only get to know about so much power surging through me. And what will you do with it? What is it you desire? My desire is... You would move your very domain. Impressive. That I can do such a thing. What have you done to me? I granted you ether, nothing more. It was your will that made it possible. My will? Even so, no matter where you should go, there is naught but darkness. What could your destination possibly be? Destination. I have no need of such. I wish but to be free, like the wind. In a world that has met its end, rare indeed is the soul who desires freedom so ardently that she could will her very domain to move. Recognizing this quality, the knight would grant her more power, the place of command in his mighty army. A story worthy of our bargain, I trust. I might have had more to tell had I not fallen off her domain. It seems you mortals also have a fondness for flying. So I'd like to try riding one of these airships of yours. But perhaps another time. My other selves will be a blundering mess if I don't hurry and rejoin them. They don't seem so different from each other. It's very clear their personalities melded. Alright, the next one is near Kama. From the looks of things. Wayward Hecti. My other self grows lonely, you say. My apologies. It was my intent to seek out the others, but I was distracted by the bickering pair of mortals yonder. My goodness, there's been some colorful language. Oh dear. To hell's with your father. You shouldn't need his permission just to leave the God's damned house. Please mind your language. What would father say if he were to hear you? Look, it's always father this, father that with you. I'm sick of it. You're your own woman now, but act like one for a change. Colorful language, yes. Not from the girl, though. Oh no, she appears to be quite well-bred. I just hope she's happier than a girl I knew long, long ago. Oh? Wonder who he'll be talking about. Because from what I recall, Barbaricia is the only one of the 4 archfiends that's male. Sorry, female, rather. That girl was born into a family of thugs who suddenly found themselves nobility. She was raised as a noblewoman and had servants tending to her every need. By the end, she was merely a beautiful bird kept in a gilded cage. Wanting her to be a proper lady, her parents presided over all aspects of her life, decided everything for her, telling her what to say and do. Chafing from the fetters of her restrictive life, she solicited her handmaiden's aid and stole inside the manor, where she enjoyed a moment of bliss unbeknownst to her parents, or so she thought. That man looks familiar. It was not long before her father dragged her back to her room, barring the door and window, denying her even the simple pleasure of an afternoon breeze. Even a bird in a cage may chirp freely, but she wasn't even suffered to give voice to her desires. But she wouldn't be deterred. Having once tasted sweet freedom, she yearned for more. One day she succeeded in sneaking out of the manor a second time. It's cool seeing the 13th from before it was destroyed. You're late. I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. If you're expecting your friends, I'm afraid they're not coming. God damn it. Maybe it's the outfit that makes him look... Father, how did you... What do you mean they're not coming? I had known that some miscreants were cavorting in these parts, but to think that they dare try to consort with my daughter, I didn't even worry about them anymore. They're food for the fish. Jesus Christ, mate! How could you do this, Father? Why must you torment me so? Know your place, girl. You are a means for our family to gain influence. I won't have you sullying yourself with riffraff. Ooh. You will not leave your chamber save with my permission, nor will you disobey me again. If you do so, there will be severe consequences. Am I understood? I said, am I understood? She's about to murder him. To hell. What did you say? Yep. I said go to hell! Ugh. Jesus. Oh, to think that it could be so exhilarating to speak my mind, to do as I please. No more living in a cage. From this moment on, I am free. Free as... Oh, so this is actually Barbaricia from when she was human. Okay. The young woman struck out on her own, and in her travels discovered her true calling. not in the halls of lords and ladies, but on the battlefield. She became a force of nature, famed for her striking beauty, which belied a terrible savagery. And with this new life, she also claimed a new name, Barbaricia. Appropriate. She truly was a barbarian. Indeed, she found her freedom. But did she also find happiness, I wonder? I suppose I'll never know, nor does it matter, for the world that once was is no more. Oh, but goodness me, I had better rejoin the others. I get the feeling this means we're also going to see that the other one isn't going to be one of the other remaining lords that we'll see more about, but instead just Scarmiglione when he first met Golbez. Which is still interesting. Like, it's interesting to learn about their backstory. The people they were back before the world fell, and the people they would go on to be. Why they sided with Golbez. The 3 different stages of their lifespan. So this is where mortals consume ether. In a sense. Dreading loneliness more than hunger. How very like me. If you don't mind though, I'd like to observe the mortals a while longer. The food here is simply sublime, but I feel stronger with every bite, as if the Mrag themselves were granting me their blessing. Food is tasty, that's true enough, but no food is so sublime as to be a substitute for proper training, my friend. Strong with every bite, every feed. For my part of the bargain, I will tell you about how we Voidsent become stronger. Simply put, it depends on the quality and quantity of ether we harbor. When the world was consumed by darkness, the heroes known as Memoriates arose as powerful Voidsent. In contrast, the vast majority of mortals, powerless and unremarkable as they were, became ordinary Voidsent, like me. There were exceptions, of course, but one in particular I'll never forget. Scarmiglione, we're gonna see him, aren't we? Scarmiglione, never had I seen a Voidsent. Ah, fair. It's available on PC as well, which I am looking forward to playing that soon, as I got it gifted to me a while back. But it's way down on the list of games I want to play right now. So, anyways, Scarmiglione, never had I seen a Voidsent so craven. Even when pushed to the brink of starvation, he would prey only on those weaker than himself. Aww. He subsisted on scant leavings and lived in constant fear and hunger. In the face of danger, a Voidsent stronger than himself, fleeing was the only option. But a day came when he found his way barred. How pitiful. I don't know why I keep saying Knight in Black when we know it's Golbez. Such overwhelming ether. Who is this? You fled instead of facing your foe. Why? Why? I'm too weak, why else? I would have been devoured. So had you enough strength, you would have stood your ground? Very well then. Golbez must be insanely powerful, with him having the ability to give out ether like this. What's happening? Yes, I feel it. The power swelling within me. Lo, your foe returns. What have you done to me? I grant you but a sliver of ether. It's with the power you already possess that you defeated your foe. possess such power? Fear had clouded your eyes, blinded you with the strength you had attained feeding on the weak. If you would free yourself from fear, then join me. You shall have a greater cause to live for, no true power. Curious how, in a world without death, the fear of it could be the key to great strength. The knight recognized this, recognized the Voidsent's potential, and thus did he take him into his service. Yeah, this all is very sensible. Makes sense. Determined as he is to live, it wouldn't surprise me if he were still somewhere out there. He'd been even more powerful now, I expect, from all the devouring he would have done since. Unlike your world, eating actually makes you stronger in ours. Well, I must be going now. The others are waiting. Huh. So this was interesting. You have found the last of Voidsent. Time to head back to the Holy Radiant Host. That was definitely interesting. I didn't expect to learn so much about those two. Also, that Bard of Barisha was a freaking psycho. Patricide. She is literally guilty of patricide. Though in fairness, her father apparently also murdered all of her friends. So, kind of can't blame her. If anything, it was almost self-defense. Thank you so much for finding me. I hope the knowledge I had to share was worthy of our agreement. How did you come to know the Archfiends? My other selves live quite disparate lives, both as mortals and Voidsent. Though I suppose it is rather fortuitous that they crossed paths with such a powerful Voidsent. More importantly, what they could offer was worthy of our bargain. For that I am glad. Yeah. All that remains now is for us to rejoin and become whole again. Huh? Is this not all of me? There can be no other explanation. There is still more of me lost out there somewhere. I don't sense them. Where could they have gone? You mean there's more of them wandering about? By the sisters. At the very least, if what you say is true, they pose no threat to the people. Until the others can be found, we will keep these 5 under our care. We probably won't run into the others until later. Should I sense the others nearby, I hope we can count on you to find them too. Yeah, we're not going to run into the others until after we've met the other Voidsent, the other generals, I imagine. The Archfiends. Yeah. That would make sense, after all. Let you encounter them as they are now, and then learn about their history later. Very sensible approach. I've only got a few minutes left. I'm probably not going to be able to make it to the next dungeon before I'll have to stop for a bit. Ah, well.
Everyone is here? Good. Let us set forth for the void once more.
Yep.
What is it?
Whoa. Whoa, what's Vitra doing?
He's calling.
Huh. Varshan, why?
What is the meaning of this?
Unless I'm mistaken, that was intended for one of your kin. Who?
It was for the briefest of moments, but I felt her. Ashdire.
Huh.
I thought she was in the void.
As
Yeah.
did I. Yet the presence was unmistakable. Thus did I call out, only for it to fade and vanish.
Ah.
Perhaps she crossed over to the source, then immediately turned back.
Why would she do that, though?
I do not know. Could she have found a way home?
No, she's a
The
prisoner.
how of it aside, if she was indeed in the source, there may be clues where she came through that could lead us back to her. Where
True.
exactly was it that you felt her presence?
Far to the north. That was all I could discern.
Okay.
North, you say? Beyond the bounty? Garlemald?
Perhaps.
As good a place to start as any. My apologies, Zero, but your return to the void will have to wait.
Let's take her up north.
I told you before that I have no reason to go back there. Do as you will.
All right. I presume you wish to stay here in Radzatan until we return.
No. I think she wants to see more of this world.
You've kept me amply fed. I wouldn't be averse to helping you on your search.
Yay! I like her. So, the more the merrier.
If Ashdaya was indeed here, other Voidsent may have made the journey as well. Very well. We would welcome your company.
Yeah, you can eat them. Num 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 num.
If it's
Tasty
decided,
souls.
then I'll contact our associates in Garlemald. It's me. Still talking everyone's ears off, I trust?
Alphino and Alice?
Understood. We'll see you there.
Yay! It's been a while
Go to
since we've
rendezvous
seen
at
them.
Tertium. We'll need to teleport to make it there in time. Can you?
That is a
Aye.
good question.
I know it well from my time as an avatar.
Huh.
Then it seems we're all set.
Cool.
If there is nothing else, let us see to our final preparations.
It'd certainly be interesting to see what we could run into. Gods revel, lands tremble. An interesting name for this expansion. Or patch, rather. It's interesting that they're bothering to give each patch a name. By all accounts, Ashdaya is Golbez's prisoner. If she was in the source, it could be that she managed to escape from the void, if only for a fleeting moment. That is mere conjecture. If we want the truth, then we must go and find it. Come, let's make for Tertium. Our friends are waiting. Oh, it's auto-teleporting us. Oh, I love it when they do that as part of the story. Instead of making me teleport on my own. Well.
Any moment now.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
Oh, and they've changed into their winter clothes. Except for the three of us. I should have. I would have if I'd had a moment to do so. Oh, wait, I did. Oh, well.
And you. I was worried that the cold wouldn't agree with you, but you're both looking quite well.
You get used to it. It helps that there's no shortage of fuel and heaters like before.
Yay.
Glad to hear it. Have you been working in Garlemald all this time?
We have. Though the worst is behind them, the people still have a long road ahead.
Fair.
They've taken steps towards forming an interim government, but it will be some time before any large-scale reconstruction effort can be carried out in earnest.
So we'll keep doing what we can until they can finally stand on their own.
Fair.
A lot of Garleans wanted nothing to do with us, but they're starting to come round. Slowly, but surely.
You're doing a fine job.
You're too kind. But it's thanks to the cooperation of like-minded souls that we've been able to make any progress. The allied nations continue to send supplies, which allow us to meet basic needs such as food and shelter.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Euless and a number of soldiers have begun a restoration initiative, with more and more volunteers joining by the day.
Like Alphino said, they've got a long road ahead of them. But we'll get there together, one step at a time.
Ooh, I think this is the
Though
furthest
you
that
yourself
Varshan
happened
has
to take one
traveled.
especially big step, didn't you? In vanquishing that blasphemy in the Tower of Babel?
Yep. Got that all
Thank
taken
you.
care of.
I can only hope that your deed will help the people to find peace and closure.
Yep. I can only hope so too.
But enough about events here. What brings you to us? And with new company, besides.
This may take rather a long time to explain, but bear with me.
I'm so glad they do this whole fading to black thing for the explanations.
The 13th. After traveling to the edge of existence, I thought you'd keep your escapades closer to home for a while.
Oh, as if I could ever do that.
But I suppose there's no stopping you. Not that I'm one to talk, of course.
The heart of an adventurer cannot be denied.
Yep.
You could have at least invited me too. Surely there was room enough for me and Grahar in the Undersea Vault.
Aww. I thought you were busy.
I know. I only meant to tease. Mostly.
Meow, meow, meow.
But on a more serious note, are we sure it's wise to keep Xenos' former avatar around?
Yes.
I understand how you came to work together, but nevertheless...
You're right to be cautious. I'm a Voidsent, after all. But do not conflate me with Xenos.
We are two. You're two
Recall my
very
time in
separate.
his service, it angers me.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll get along just fine, you and I.
Good.
Now that we are all caught up, to the matter at hand. As we were about to resume our search in the void, I felt the presence of my sister Ashdaya in the source. Somewhere in the far north, perhaps even here in Galway.
Curious.
If you have seen or heard anything out of the ordinary,
I must know. Yeah, I get that.
As a matter of fact, we may have. In recent days, we have had to contend with a surprising number of Voidsent. And not the lesser kind that occasionally manifest, but ones possessed of considerable power.
Okay.
You think they might have been summoned? By whom?
We're not sure. But as Euless reminded us, practitioners of a certain traditional Garlean art rely upon Voidsent servants.
Mm-hmm.
The very same I believe you have mastered.
Yep.
While there are no known Reapers left in Garlemald, we can't rule out the possibility that some are working in secret.
That's
To
fair.
summon not one, but several powerful Voidsent is no small feat. But if Ashdaya was indeed called from the void...
Then it is likely the same party is responsible.
But who?
Alternatively, the etheric confluence at the Tower of Babel may have triggered an expansion of natural fissures one could use to cross over. But I think that improbable, if not impossible.
Then we must assume these events have indeed been orchestrated.
Yep. That would be
Well,
the smart thing
summoned
to
or
do.
no, we've been trying to track them to their origin. It's the mountains to the east, we think.
Okay.
Can you guide us there?
I would, but the terrain is too difficult to traverse on foot. Nor is flying an option due to the winds.
Okay.
Too much ground to cover in any case. Is there no way to narrow it down?
There is one place we thought to look first. An isolated village rumored to have once been home to a Reaper order.
Huh.
That would indeed make an excellent start. Though the question of how to get there remains.
Euless may be of assistance. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass and consult him.
Yes, let's do that. Oh dear. Oh, I notice he's not wearing his shield with this outfit. Probably because it wasn't intended for him to be actually fighting while wearing it. I don't know why I'm flying when I can teleport there, but I'd rather fly right now. Oh yeah, glamour plate. Oh, I can't right now because we're flying. Give me a moment to land. I want to apply a glamour plate. What? What do you mean? Seriously? Do I have to be in a sanctuary to apply glamour plates? If so, I'll just fast travel over here and then try applying it. Because it's so stupid to have us still be in this outfit when it's not appropriate for this weather. So that answers my question. Yes, you do have to be... So first things first. But then... I can't edit it, so... At least temporarily, this is our outfit. Just looks better when we're in this region to be wearing it. Oh, thank you for the hug. I very much appreciate it. Oh, Sparks, what a welcome surprise. I see you're traveling with a large crew as usual. I'll suggest that's an inconvenience for us. We'd be happy to share our supplies with you and your allies, should you require any. Apologies if we interrupt, Euless, but there is a matter we wish to discuss. We've just finished our routine briefing, so you come at a good time. Is this about the Voidsent? It is. From what we can discern, they're coming from the mountains to the east. Practitioners of the Reaper are who once lived in that area, did they not? Yes, they had a village there in the Lapis Manalis caverns. The scythe wielders forged pacts with Voidsent and took to battle with the beings at their side. For a time, they played an invaluable role in our military, but the advent of Magitech saw them fall out of favor. When some were unmasked as insurrectionists, the order was outlawed. The village is believed to be long abandoned. Speaking of their art, it seems you've picked it up. Who was it that taught you? Well, I suppose it's neither here nor there now. My sister has been taken captive by Voidsent. I sensed her presence in this land. I have come in search of her. If Voidsent have been sighted here, I believe there is a connection. We should like to investigate these caverns you mentioned, but Alphino tells us they are not easily reached. I'm afraid so. Deep snow and tumultuous winds rule out walking and flying. If you want to get anywhere, you're going to need a Magitech snowcraft. Alas, the last remaining functional one we had has broken down. Should still be over in Cerulean Ingus, where it was abandoned. Is there anyone who can fix it? Perhaps the former engineers at Tapper's Den? Their duty included transporting Cerulean tanks to turn a Platform G using snowcraft. I expect they had to maintain them few over the years. That's worth looking into, I'd say. In the course of delivering provisions, I've come to know the people there quite well. If they can help us, I'm sure they will. May I ask you to accompany her? Given the presence of Voidsent, it's best that we avoid traveling alone. In the meantime, will you not tell me more about the mountain? I would like to learn as much as I can before commencing our search in earnest. Come with me, I'll introduce you to someone who's well versed in the local geography. LSA, was it? I wish to speak with you. In that case, why don't you come with us to Tapper's Den? We can chat on the way. Okay. I wonder what they're talking about. I guess we'll find out later. I'll need to wrap up things soon, but I think we'll try, if we can, get to the actual unlocking of Lapis Manalis. Oops. We flew right past where we need to be.
What was it you wished to talk about?
Why do you help these people? What is it that you stand to gain?
I'm sorry?
You don't act on behalf of a higher power, nor are you bound by a contract. In spite of this, you help them. Why?
And there I thought it was something serious. I help them because I want to. Because it's the right thing to do.
But what do you stand to gain?
Nothing.
You didn't answer the question.
Didn't I? I followed my heart. What I got out of it came after. Was there anything else? If not, let's keep moving.
Right.
Zero's still confused. Understandably so.
To act not out of obligation or in pursuit of gain. To simply live. And they survive like this.
Yep. You could too. Either by living in this world or helping to change your own. We should get back to it, but before we do... You're right, Zero. Did I say something that confused or upset you? No, I'm simply trying to understand your perspective. If we should continue, I'm ready and able. That's a relief. This isn't the sort of place we want to mull over things. Not much farther to Tapper's Den. There we'll have much trouble finding an engineer when we arrive. Let's speak with the first one we spot. Yes, let's do that. But avoiding any fights as much as we can. Wait, I know you. You're the one who roughed up the guards. After you left, your contingent friends came along. Our lives are a lot easier now thanks to them. They understood our plight and offered to help, whether we wanted to stay here or return home. For that, we're truly grateful. We're grateful to you too, LSA. The trip across the lake is hardly pleasant, but you make it all the same to bring us provisions. I don't mention it. We're just glad we can help. That's it. We're actually hoping to ask a favor of you today. We need a Magitech snowcraft required. The one abandoned in Cerulean Ingens. We were told you might be up for the task. Ah, so you want to ride the mammoth. That's why we took crafts on account of their size. As often as I use them on raids, I know a thing or two about their maintenance. I'll see if I can get your mammoth roaring again. It's the least I can do to repay your kindness. Wonderful. Please come with us back to Camp Roca class and we'll take it from there. So far so good, Sparks. Let's be on our way. Ba-ba. No, that's fair, friend. Final Fantasy XIV isn't for everyone. I would personally say it's definitely worth playing because it's got a really good story. If MMOs aren't your thing, though, fair enough. Though the game itself in recent years has seen a lot of updates. Starting with the release of Shadowbringers. They've started making it so that it's possible to get through most content in the game solo. There are still parts you can't get through solo, but most of the game you can get through completely on your own with a team of NPCs helping you through dungeons. It's only really the 8-person duties, 8 and more person duties that require you to work with other people. But it's not too bad. The community is generally pretty good. I haven't really encountered anyone who's like that bad. I did encounter one earlier today when I was doing some grinding. But I think that, well, 2. One who I think was a troll because there's no way you can get to level 69 and not have learned. Well, get to level 69 as a tank and not have learned that you need to use your tank stance and just keep it on. Not push that button ever again throughout the entire rest of the fight. But I seem to not understand that. We still got through the dungeon in the end, but yeah. That's fair. 10 and 7 are generally regarded as 2 of the better ones, I think. They're certainly the ones that people reference the most. Although it's not available on my Twitch anymore, I do have playthroughs of Final Fantasies 1 through 6 on my YouTube. They are just the re-uploads of my Twitch streams. But still, if you're interested in Final Fantasy, they're available. And I'll be going on to 7 next, once I'm finished with 14, because I really want to get as much of 14 done as I can. Welcome back. I presume this is the engineer who will help us with the craft. Yep. I'll do everything I can to get her up and running again, but I'll be able to do so quickly, at least on my own. The mammoth is big and so are its parts. Some strong backs should make the work go faster. You have ours. You finished learning about the mountain, I take it? Aye. We have a solid grasp of that area as well as the site of the snowcraft. My back is perhaps not as strong as some, but I should be able to stand guard for Voidsent and other unruly wildlife. Much obliged, miss. And thus I'll head over to the mammoth and assess what needs fixing. They have matters here well in hand, which means we can resume our duties. Would you care to assist us, Sparks? Always. How about you, Zero? I will assist you as well, as payment for answering my questions. It's hardly something that demands payment, but be glad for your contribution nonetheless. We haven't really... Alice will need to learn about the context. My thanks again for agreeing to help. The Osabar contingent brings in shipments of food, medicine, and other necessities by airship. We have yet to deliver a share of supplies to Tertium. I would appreciate it if one of you would assist us with the task today. I'll do it. Well, Sparks, it looks like you're with me then. Voidsent sightings have been increasing by the day, which is why I had a mind to go out and patrol the Eblin Rhine. Shall we? Off we go. Yeah, my intention is at some point I will have played every Final Fantasy game. But right now we're just working through the ones we already own. And a bunch of other games because I have such a long list of games to get through. Voidsent were spotted here not long ago. Considering the proximity to Camp Broken Glass, everyone is understandably concerned. But hopefully not for much longer. You follow this road eastward, and I'll have a look to the north. If you encounter any Voidsent, I won't begrudge you for dispatching them without me. Fair. Alright, 2 destinations without anything, and 2 with. Easy enough. Are these all ranged enemies? If so, I should treat them as such. Oh, goody. Okay, I need help. Of course, the other. You weren't even part of the fight, buddy. Don't get involved. There. Alright, next location over here. That is what they call an overgrown rose. Jesus. That is the worst name they could have given it. Ah, yes, the spider person. Because, yeah, spider tours. They are a thing. Ah, already finished another mission.
All finished, are we?
Yep. We're all finished. Ready to continue. Bit cold, are we?
The cold doesn't let up out here, does it?
Nope.
They've the means to keep everyone warm at Camp Broken Glass and Tertium. But the measures are still only temporary. Subsisting on charity. Dreading the day the sympathy of others is exhausted. It's no way to live. They need lasting safety and security.
They do. And I've started helping with that by getting their rig up and running again.
Though things will never be as they once were.
That's just how it is, unfortunately.
If we can restore a modicum of normalcy to their lives, maybe that will be enough for them to move forward.
Mm-hmm. What are we going to do with the Tower of Babel, then? Because
if we're to achieve that,
normalcy, unless you can figure out how to move the teleportation tech, still have it work. I don't know if we can really do anything about that. Unless we can change the exterior a bit. You're doing your best. Anyone can see that.
Oh? Lest you misunderstand, I wasn't fishing for a compliment. As I said, I'm doing this because I want to.
I wasn't giving you a compliment because I thought you were fishing for one.
Still,
it was like to show you the
your
appreciation.
support.
Yeah. No problem.
Well, our work here is done. We should be heading back.
Yep, agreed.
I hope Alphino and Zero haven't gotten into any trouble.
I'm sure they're fine.
I cannot imagine how awful it must have been to serve as Xenos' avatar. To not only suffer him, but so much else.
Yeah, she was forced to fight me.
She's a fighter, all right. Like you and me.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that about her. Meanwhile, at Tertium,
Thank you, miss. Thank you.
aww. She's trying to understand our world.
Feels strangely familiar.
Maybe you did this at some point. Giving out supplies. Bread, apples, and cheese.
Excuse me, Alphino. My wife, she's come down with a high fever. Do you think you could take a look at her?
Of course. Give me a moment. Zero, may I leave the rest here to you?
Fine by me.
Mm-hmm. But the other... Oop, Euless is here.
Thank you again for your help. Zero, was it? I take it you're one of Alphino's comrades?
Comrade? We've entered into a cooperative pact, if that's what you mean.
Pact? No, nothing so formal. What I mean is, you must know each other well. Be on good terms, enjoy each other's company, that sort of thing.
Then no, he's not my comrade. I have none. Nor will I ever, I think.
Aww. Poor Zero.
Oh.
Did I say something odd?
No, not at all. On the contrary, it makes sense. When Alphino and the contingent first arrived, we rejected them out of hand. Whatever they may have claimed, they were the enemy. Savages with their savage ways. To accept their help was to admit defeat.
Wow. Still sounds bitter.
No matter how poorly we treated them, they didn't turn their backs on us. They stayed and listened.
Yep.
That's just the kind of people they are. Makes sense they'd get along with someone like you who tries to push others away.
Wow, calling her out.
I'm upholding my part of the bargain. There's nothing more to it than that.
If you say so. Ah, I'd nearly forgotten why I came. Are you hungry? We all get rations, and considering the work you're doing, you're as good as one of us.
Oh.
I am running low on ether. Very well.
Ooh, that looks delicious. It's a dumpling. A very large one, isn't it? Or is it a bread?
Step-style dumplings.
Nope,
Books,
dumpling.
they call them.
Huh, she gets to try a lot of different foods.
Never had a dumpling. It's like a kind of bread stuffed with a filling. Meat or vegetables usually, that you bake or steam. We have our own recipes in Garlemald too. My mother liked to make them. My brother and sister always fought over the jam-filled ones.
Oh.
Just think of it as bread, alright?
Oh, these ones are a meat filling. Again, looks delicious. Oh wow, the animation on that. Like for something so small.
I should warn you though, they're spicy. Helps them keep longer, I assume. Too much for the children to handle though.
Shame they can't do a thing of...
Interesting.
What a reaction!
Interesting good, or interesting...
I don't know much about taste. Not anymore. But I do feel a sensation in my mouth.
Oh.
Is that a bad thing?
No, I think she likes it. I do love how they've written her. Zero is such an interesting character.
I've heard it said that spices are more akin to fire than flavors. Perhaps that makes them easier to understand.
Yeah. She's like a newborn exploring the world for the first time. It's great. Yeah.
Oh, Euless, getting acquainted with Zero, are we?
Mm-hmm. I also love the animation for the steam. Again, such a minor thing they didn't have to do, but they did.
Well, I suppose I am.
Good.
No harm in that.
I hope Zero becomes a regular recurring character after this. And that she's not just a post-Endwalker type character. They gave her a really nice outfit and design and personality and backstory, so I feel like she's gonna be somebody who's gonna be recurring, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I've just finished up myself. Shall we go and find Estinian?
Mm-hmm.
Alphino! Alize!
Ooh, something's happening. Something terrible has happened somewhere. Forgive me the interruption, but I come with grave news. I know a Voidsent approaching from the mountains to the east. I know. Tuesdays are not usually a good day, unfortunately. I guess I could have probably set aside a bit more time, but... it's hard to sometimes. I had a lot more to do than expected, so... And I'm really trying to get ahead on streams so that my YouTube is a few days ahead. I want to make sure that when I do take holidays, it's, you know, good. We'll see if we can manage something. I'll get back to you on that, though. A horde of voids are approaching from the mountains to the east. Their numbers are beyond anything we've ever seen. That's fair. I'll be heading to bed as soon as we get to the point of unlocking the next dungeon, which apparently that's this quest and then one more. But he's stolen the others. Anyone outside of Tertium is in danger. We must find and bring them all here at once. Can we count on your aid, Zero? I've already settled the debt for my question. I'm not obliged to help. It's more death in this world is absolute. You have to put my life on the line. Without suitable payment, I will do no such thing. That's fair. What do we have to offer that might be enough? You're right, Zero. You're not obligated to help, and I wouldn't presume otherwise. Nevertheless, we are in need. Assuming the booze I gave you is worth anything, would you at least be willing to stand watch of this encampment? That way more of us will be able to go out and see the people to safety. Very well. Unless we come under attack, I'll do no more than stand watch. I dare say our Tertium will be safe enough with Zero here. Let's go and find Stolen and the others and assist with the evacuation. Oh, goody. Terribly fine. Euless and his people have weathered far worse. Must make haste to the snowcraft, where our friends and the engineer should be. Given their position, they may soon find themselves at the mercy of the Voidsent. If it comes to it, must be prepared for battle. I'm ready. Don't you worry. How about you, Sparks? Okay. This feels like a point where I'm going to have to go, no, I'm not ready. Because this is going to be a lot, and it is already late. So this will be where we wrap things up for today. We'll continue things again next time, though I think in the contents list I'm going to rename this video to something else, because I don't think we really explored darkness. If anything, I feel like this was more Baby Zero getting to experience what it's like on the other side of things for a change. I guess I'll have to figure that out later. For now, I think I'll do, let's see, tomorrow I will be receiving some money which I can put into getting a copy of Melody of Memory for the PC. I'm just going to double check how much that costs right now to make sure it's not going to be too much. Because if it is too much, it'll be a case of, nope, can't do it until Friday. But we'll see. Shouldn't be too much. I think the only way in which it's too much would be oh shit, really? It's still £50? Ugh. That's a bit much when I already have a copy on the Switch. Okay, I'm gonna really double check. I think there's one place I haven't looked yet for it, so if I find it, I'll continue Melody of Memory tomorrow. Otherwise, it's gonna be Friday before I can get a copy of it. That is a lot of money for me to put down, and I don't get that much tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Either way, we will have more fun tomorrow. Until then, as always, I've been Sparks, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.